people I don't want to empathize with. Like, I actually have no desire to empathize with those people, and yet still I understand where they're coming from. Anyhow, totally separate, but the same subject. Men, like, it's no wonder so many of them are so fucking fucked up. And, like, hear me out, because the fucking, forgive the fucking seatbelt chime, man. It's been stuck on for, last time it got stuck on was for 4 months straight. This time, I don't know how long it's gonna be. Don't know. Question mark on that one. Just put a pin in it, because I don't fucking know. So, either deal with it or don't. I don't know what to tell you. That's it. That's all there is to say. Anyway, so I was thinking about this, and I was thinking to myself, like, that's fucked. Because, you know, men, like, especially now, and I mean, like, I'm this way too, is the thing. But then I mostly operate in my masculine energy anyway. So, you know, like, out in the world I do, you know. So anyway, where I was, you know, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking to myself, like, the amount of pitfalls that the average man has to maneuver through in any given day. And I mean, for most men, it's probably pretty easy. I'm sure, you know, they understand the ropes, you know. Most men, like, you know, you hit like 20 and you should know what to do and what not to do, more or less. Like, at least enough not to fucking go to jail or some shit, or have some fucked up charges put against you. But, like, I know that there have been things that I witnessed in my life, that either I heard about or, you know, it doesn't matter, but, like, I knew about them. And I knew that what they were saying about that man wasn't true. I just know. And then, like, I haven't always known, I can't say that, but, like, you know, the people that I was close to, I knew them, you know, like, I knew those people. And, you know, I've had some fucked up things happen to me, around certain men too. But it's never ever really about the man. Don't even fucking start that. It's every time I turn on the video camera. Every fucking time. Although you've been doing this all fucking day. But like the walking on eggshells thing, and that really perpetuates a state of PTSD, like, all the time. You know, like, when does it end? When does that stop? Like, when do you, like, you know, it's not like you fucking clock in, you're there from like 9, then you clock out at 5, you know what I mean? Like, you're on fucking the clock all the time. And, like, especially if you're around a bunch of unhealed, codependent, fucking, you know, narcissistic type women, then fuck. Like, what the fuck then? Like, I cannot even imagine that. Well, I know I can totally imagine, because that was most of my life. However, I really, like, I feel for that. You know, I really genuinely feel for men in that way. It's a fucking weird world. It's a weird world being a woman. But, like, you know, and it's one thing to be, I mean, I've been in bathrooms where little kids, like, were talking to me, you know, and which is, like, I guess in and of itself is really not a big deal. Like, that's just kind of, I mean, you go to the bathroom, you're a woman, you just kind of like, whatever. But now, and I think it's always been this way, but, like, people are really hypersensitive to things now. I like, didn't want to talk back, you know, because of the potential ramifications of talking to a child, especially in a fucking public restroom, you know, like, shit. But, like, how that must be from a man's perspective, and, like, and dealing with women, especially young women, oh my god. Like, you know, it seemed, you know. So, yeah. So I was, you know, I was sitting in the car, just, like, driving like usual, and just kind of thinking this to myself. And it's not the first time I've thought this, of course, because just in my own, like, adult woman maneuvering through the world, like, things are fucking weird, really weird. And I'm sure they've always been weird in some way or other. But, like, I really would like to propose that this time in world history is different. I really can't say that for sure. It's a feeling. It's a feeling. It's a knowing. Like, it just fucking is. Like, this shit is fucking weird. It's different. I don't know. And I'm sure people have always thought that and always felt that way as a thing. And I'm sure, like, they always, you know, they genuinely, like, and it's not that, like, I think my time is special or anything like that. It's an overall collective energy feeling that, like, shit's fucking weird. Like, everybody's just like, what? Like, bruh, seriously? You know, and I genuinely feel that too. And that's, like, for everybody. But, like, I really, you know, I was thinking about maneuvering this world, you know, especially if you, like, are out in public at all. Oh, man. I'm really, like, and I mean, I'm also glad that I'm not one of those people. Like, I'm not always, like, public appropriate because, like, I don't really care what people think. However, I mean, I do, but I just don't. It depends on who it is, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. But you know, to maneuver all the fucking, you know, what is it? No, I mean, to be honest with you, I've had men outright fucking sexually harass me, try to rape me, like, and actually getting raped. And the whole fucking thing, like, I've been through it all. But those people, they were intentionally doing everything that they did. They knew exactly what the fuck they were doing. Like, the whole fucking thing. So, that's very different. But, like, to also maneuver all the sexual harassment, the, you know, pedophilia, and, I mean, what it was. I remember seeing in, I saw it online somewhere. Or no, I heard about this, like, horrible liberal shit. And I would like to propose also that it's not about liberals, it's about shitty people. Because I don't care what the fuck side of the aisle you're on, there are shitty people on both sides. And, you know, this turned from a conversation from men into, anyway, but I remember seeing, well, it still has to do with that. I remember seeing this or hearing about this, like, a website or, like, particular pages on TikTok and Instagram and, like, not YouTube, but you know, like, Instagram and TikTok is what I heard about. Bella, don't start with me. Please, I'm stuck in the car all day too, baby girl, and I would let you drive if you could. I mean, I would be down with that. Fuck it. Just grow some opposable thumbs. You'll be fine. I'll put you behind the wheel. No worries. But I remember hearing about it, and so finally, I don't think I looked it up right away, because who wants to know about that shit? Not really. I mean, unless you're actually in a position to investigate it and prosecute it, you know, convict people and actually fucking prosecute them for the shit that they do. I don't really see that there's, you know, much of a point in, like, sticking your nose in that shit, because honestly, it's fucking shit. It's bleh. I'd rather shovel shit than deal with that shit. However, it's a job that needs to be done. Anyway, and I respect the people that do it. Well, I mean, I hope that I do. I don't really actually know what they do exactly, so it seems like there's a lot of shit going on. But anyway, I'm not trying to criticize anyone. But this thing, so I finally looked it up, and I know I found it on TikTok. I think I had a harder time finding it on Instagram. But it was minor attractive. It was the weirdest thing. It was disgusting, but it was weird too. And I thought, like, they were actually, what was weird about it to me, I mean, of course, the whole fucking thing is disgusting and weird. But what I mean is, they were trying to normalize, they called it minor attractive. I mean, you know, minor attractive. You know, like, what the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? Oh, yeah. Okay, so then it went and it was doing videos of, like, teachers and people who specifically work with children, which was even worse. Ugh. Fucking ugh. Like, I just cannot. I can't even get into how I actually feel about that. You know, I mean, it's gross. I'm not actually gagging, but, like, it's that bad. It's that bad for me to give that much effect to it. It's so fucking horrible. But this, on this particular channel on TikTok, I was literally listening to people who specifically work with children. Stop, Belle. And they were all talking about how they're attracted to minors. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm just gonna pass this guy. I'm not gonna ride next to a bicycle with that many cars like that. I'm just not gonna do it. It's just not safe. If anything happened, that guy could get hurt, and I'm not doing it. Like, he needs to go home to his family. And, you know, if he doesn't, it so certainly can't be because I did anything or didn't do anything. Ugh, these fucking cars. But, I mean, and they were open about it, completely open about it. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Really nasty shit. Like, completely justifying this kind of behavior as though, like, it's some kind of mental disorder that we haven't, like, identified yet or something. I'm just like, so are we gonna start telling people next that raping people and murdering people is really just a mental disorder, and it's a disease like alcoholism, and we should treat it as such? You know what? No, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Like, I cannot. Like, where do we draw the line? I cannot. But this was an actual thing that they were trying to normalize this, like, literally normalize pedophilia, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, is this real? I've said the P word twice in this video now. I'm like, I'm actually keeping track, but like, more like I'm actually just pretty much very aware. I cannot. I was just so disgusted by this. It was, the worst thing was that they were literally trying to normalize this, and I thought to myself, like, I'm in a different dimension right now, right? Right? You know, I mean, I'm not sure, is it because of, like, you know, and I'm not linking pedophilia, excuse me, that's 3 times. I'm not linking that shit with, like, transgender or something, because I know they're not the same thing. Like, no. You know, I mean, do they overlap in some areas? Unfortunately, they do, but so do heterosexuals. So I'm not gonna, like, you know, stick that anywhere it doesn't fucking belong. But, like, for real though, like, trying to normalize this, you know, as though, because, you know, I know that for transgender people and for gay people and for a lot of people, honestly, there's a lot of pushback when people try to just fit in. They just want to fit in somewhere, you know, they want, like, a category for them kind of thing. And I do think that that's kind of silly, because, I mean, nobody made any special categories for me, you know what I mean? Like, and it's not, like, I'm not saying that, like, oh, well, if they do it for you, they should do it for me. I'm just saying, like, you know, get in where you fit in kind of thing. It's, we all do it. Everybody does it, you know, everybody does it. And I know that there are special things that happen to people who are gay and belong to the LGBTQ community. However, it's more of a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I know, as being like a very unique person, like, I stick out like a sore thumb just about everywhere I go. I mean, like, Burning Man, I might fit in there. But even there, I'm sure I would be different. Because, like, it's just par for the course for me. It, like, never ends. The more I try to fit in, really, the more I stick out. It's weird. So anyhow, it's just fucking bad traffic going that way. I'm glad I'm not going that way. But, you know, and, like, a lot of, and I mean, I know there are a lot of women, and I commiserate and empathize with women. Like, you know, a lot. However, like, you know, I just feel like there are so many weird things that go on in, like, a modern day man today, his life, that women don't even have to think about. I mean, you know, can we think about them? Sure, of course. But, like, you know, it's completely non-existent issue in our lives. If we wanted to be, you know, we would literally never have to think about it. Never. And I know that there are a lot of men who really haven't been taught the ropes of, like, how to be around people in general, but, like, especially women, young women, you know, like, even children. Like, a lot of men haven't been around children, like, especially small children, you know. And I'm just like, how many pitfalls there are that, like, men aren't even necessarily aware of until they fall into it, you know. And then it's like, oh fuck, you know, I just got my fucking foot cut off, or worse. Ugh. You know what I mean? Like, I really feel for that, because I know that I've gone through my life, and a lot of things I just didn't understand it, didn't get it. And I get away with things a lot more, or I have gotten away with things, like minor things, of course. Stop. Not serious things, but minor things, having to do with you know, issues that would have been completely unacceptable for a man to do, but it was somehow acceptable for me, which is also a double standard. And like, I don't know that, but still, it's, you know, it wasn't me perpetrating it either. It just happened. It was on the part of the other person. But anyway, get your winnow, Moo. What the fuck? I was just thinking about like how difficult that must be, you know? And I mean, I don't think, like, I don't have to sit here and think about it. It's not really, those are not things that I deal with or even really have to think about. You know, I really don't, you know, I mean, it would be really fucking, I mean, it would be incomprehensible how anybody could ever think that I would, you know, do anything to a child that was bad. I mean, come on. But also, you know, like, discipline them, that'd probably be like the worst thing that I could do. Probably the best thing for that child, but they probably not appreciate it very much. I know my brother and sister didn't. I raised them. Fuck. Blech. Ungrateful little shits. But, you know, God. I knew there was a stop sign here. Something I was thinking about. It's not really like crucial necessarily. I just wanted to talk about it for a minute. We just drove all the way down to Ventura. There was some weird ass car in the parking lot that was, they reversed going one way, turn around, parked, then reversed going, I mean a quarter of the way down the fucking entire parking lot. I mean, you know, like a good, you know, probably like football field, you know, 500, you know. Fuck. I mean, it was strange. I've never seen that. I've never seen anyone do that. Like, anywhere in 45 years of life, never seen that. Not in just a, you know, regular, it was a little minivan. It was like a silver, excuse me, like a silvery blue, but like silver. I think I had my glasses on, so it was silver. Honda, minivan? Yeah, minivan. I couldn't see in the windows. They were very tinted, and it didn't have any body damage or anything. I've seen that van like all over the place. But I know the seatbelt chime. I know. Anyway, somebody was just thinking, God, the seatbelt chime. I'm like, yeah, because I hardly ever think that, so it wasn't me. Anyhow, so I guess I know this video is recorded, and so I'm actually seeing into the future. Yep, totally. I know all of that. Yep, totally. So anyway, it was just a simple flash of it. God, I've had friends that would tell me, you're communicating with demons, because I know that somebody's going to be annoyed with the seatbelt chime. Are you for real right now? That's demonic? I cannot. Like, I just cannot. I've literally had people tell me that. I should say, like, I could count them on one hand, the amount of people I've had tell me that. It's not like a lot of people or anything. But, you know, like, and what I would consider, Bella, stop, Belle. Like, what I would consider, like, well-educated people, too. And spiritual people. But more religious. Bella, stop. You've been like this all day, boo-boo. We have been in the car for a while, though. We drove back from Ventura. But I'm sure you don't need to pee-pee-poo-poo. I've been in the car as long as you have. I'm gonna tell Mom. So anyway, yeah, no, I have a lot of empathy for that, and that was the end of that. I really don't know what else to say. And I do have a lot of empathy for people in, you know, LGBTQ. It's not, I'm sure it's not simple, but like also I know that one thing, and I've seen this across the board, there was this guy that was camping up on the mountain a lot, and he's not from here, he's from like Minnesota or some shit like that. I mean, that's what his plates say, I'm pretty sure that's where he's from. Anyway, this dude, okay, well, I was letting you go. Where blinker on. I don't know. Silly. She thought I was going in that direction. I don't even know what I just did. Don't ask. I do not know what I just did. That